Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video, you will learn how to create a dynamic pivot table report from multiple tables in Microsoft Excel. So as you are seeing my screen, I have created this beautiful sales report using the multiple tables, and I have created this pivot table here with the conditional formatting and the spark lines. So here you are seeing I have different employees and the sales by the employee in multiple years. Then this is the grand total, and we have displayed the trend also using the spark line. If I will select any supervisor in the slicer, then you can see pivot is getting filtered as well as trend spark line also getting filtered. So this is totally dynamic pivot table. I'll show you the data now. In the data we have the multiple tables. The first table is for 2015, and if I will click here, then you can see in the table we have renamed this table as underscore 2015. This is for 16 underscore 2016 underscore 2017 and underscore 2018. If you want to add a new table, you can copy the same format or you can add it here or anywhere in the sheet, even in the new worksheet also. Let me show you. I have added a new worksheet which is sheet 4. If I will paste that table here and let's rename this. So just change this title as 2019 and rename this as 2019. Rename it as 2019. Then it is showing this error. That means table name should start with a letter or underscore. So what we can do, we can put a underscore here and then 2019. So this is for 2019. Now you can change the number if you want. So let's delete this number and you can put your actual number. Here I am using the rand between formula. So I am using, let's say, 200 to 800. Okay, now just copy and paste as value. Alright, now if I will come to the summary sheet and if I will refresh the pivot, I'll get the 2019 sales also here. To do that, you have to make some changes. So let me show you. Just go to the view and enable the headings first. Now just right click on the pivot and click on refresh. You can see 2019 sales are available here. We have few columns hidden. So just select these two columns and unhide. And here we have the grand total. So just select these two blank columns, hide this. And for the trend line, we have to change the data range. So I'll go to the spark line. Then I'll go to the edit data and click on edit group location and data. And here you can see the range is C5 to F64. So in place of F, we will take the G because 2019 is on column G. So let's take here column G. This one. Click on OK. Now in the spark line we have 5 dots, which means it is including this 2019 also. If I will select, then it is getting filtered. So it is totally dynamic. We just have to make few changes and your report will be available for next year also. And we can put our table in the multiple sheets or on the single sheet. It will not make any difference. Now I will show you how we can achieve this using the Power Query and pivot table. So let's start without delay. Now I'm going to copy this data and let me insert a new workbook. Press Ctrl N and I'm pasting it as value so that I can show you how to create the table from our range. Now this is simple range. To create a table, you can simply select this and you can press Ctrl T. And then it will open this window which is create table window, and it is selecting automatically that range and this checkbox which is my table has header. So we know we have the headers. Just click on OK. Now you can see this has been converted into table, and this table design tab is available in the ribbon now. The table name by default is table 1. You can rename this like underscore 2015. And just press enter. So now you can see it has been renamed. You can choose the table style from here, any table style whatever you want to take, and then you can create other tables also, or you can create the other tables in the multiple sheets also. To save some time, what I will do, I'll add these tables into new worksheet and I will delete this worksheet. And let me copy all the tables from here. Copy these 4 tables and I will paste these tables here. So now let me go to the table design, and here you can see it is underscore 2015, underscore 2016, underscore 2017 and underscore 2018. Friends, table is getting started from here. This header is not the part of table. If I will click here, then you can see table design tab is not visible now. If I will click, then it is visible. If I will click here, that is not visible. That means the first row is not the part of tables. Alright, add the employee master also in the new sheet. So what I will do, I'll go to the employee master table. I'll copy this table, copy entire table from the headers, and let's paste this here. I'll go to the table design. You can see the name of the table is employee master. Alright, now what I will do, I'll go to the data, then I'll go to the get data. That is for the Power Query. This option is available in Excel 2016 and above version. If you are using the Excel 2013, then you can still install the Power Query add-in. I have created few other videos on Power Query tutorial. You can watch that video how to install the Power Query add-in for 2013. Now here what I'm going to do, I'll select any table, then I'll click on table/range. Now this Power Query editor window will be opened. And you can see it is taking the data from this underscore 2015 table. Alright, if I will go to the source here, then you can see it is taking this source and it is getting the content directly from 2015. Now let's delete few steps from here. Let's delete this step. I'm on the source now. So what I will do, I'll delete this all information. I'll just keep excel.current workbook and this bracket start and close. Rest I will delete. So I'll keep this information only and just click on this check sign. What we are getting now, we have this content column and the name column. So basically here if I will click, then you can see it is displaying the table information at the bottom for 2015. If I will click here, this is for the 2016. If I will click here, this is for the employee master. So we are getting all the information here. Alright friends. Now what I will do, I'll consolidate the data from all tables which are starting with underscore then year name. Alright, so we will remove this table from here which is employee master. But in future there could be other tables also. What we are going to do here, we are assuming that whatever tables are starting with underscore then year, we will consider dynamically all the table. So to do that, what we are going to do, first let's remove this underscore from here. So I'll go to the transform. Then here in any column, I'll click on replace value. Now this replace value window is opened and here I will type underscore and I will replace the underscore with blank. Just click on OK. Now here you can see underscore has been removed from the years. Alright. Now what I will do here, I will change the data type of this name column as whole number. As soon as I will change the data type of this as whole number, then the data type will be changed for all the years, but this is not a whole number, it's a text. So here it will display some error. So let me show you. I'll click on this ABC to change the data type. Then I'll select here whole number. Alright, so you can see the data type has been changed. Now these are numbers, but this is some error because that text cannot be converted into number. So now I will again go to the replace value, but this time I will click on this drop down and I will select replace errors. I have already selected this column, so I will replace the errors with null. So just type here null, click on OK. Now we have the null value here in place of error. Now I'll open this filter, then I will click on remove empty. So you can see it has removed all the empty or null value from there. Alright, so if you want to rename this as year, you can rename it. Now for the content, we will click on this expand button. So we have this double arrow button, you can see. Just click on this. And first of all, I will uncheck this column which is use original column name as prefix. Just uncheck this, then click on OK. Here we have employee ID, sales amount, then year. For the sales amount, you can convert as decimal number if you want, and employee ID, you can keep it as it is. Now we have consolidated data from all the sheets, and this year column is also available. Now we want to add the supervisor name and the employee name because we have only employee ID. Now copy this underscore 2015 query. So just copy and paste. The same query is available, but what we will do, we'll go to the source and from the replace value just right click here and I will delete until end. So I'll keep only source here. Now here what we will do, I'll select here employee master only from the filter. So we have only employee master. Now we will expand this employee master. Already we have unchecked this. Just click on OK. So we have this employee master table available here. Alright friends. Now if you want to change the data type for employee name, that should be text. And this also should be text. Now again I will go to the first query here. And I will run a merge query here. So let me rename the queries first. Now this will be my combined data. Okay, so let's keep the name as combined data here and press enter. So this is combined data and rename this one also. This is my employee master. In the combined data we will use merge query now. So just go to the home and then go to the combine and merge query, and here I will click on merge query. This is the first table and here select the employee master. So I'll connect the employee ID with the employee ID. So I have clicked on the first employee ID of the combined data table and second is the employee master table. I have clicked on employee ID. It is saying the selection matches 56 of 56 record from the first table. Just click on OK. Now we have this new column available for the employee master. Now just click on this expand button. And this use original column name as prefix is already unchecked. Just select employee name and supervisor from here and just click on OK. Now you can see in the combined data column we have employee name and supervisor. Alright friends, so it is done. Now what I will do, I'll click on close and load. As soon as I will click on close and load, then you can see it has created employee master table and the combined data table, but we don't require any table. So just right click and delete. Alright, now I'll add a new sheet and put the name as summary, let's say, or report, whatever you want to put. And here what we are going to do, let's insert a pivot table from insert. So go to the insert pivot table and we will insert the pivot table using this option, which is use an external data source. Just click here, then click on choose connection. In the choose connections we have two queries. One is combined data query, second is employee master. So these are the two queries we just have created using the Power Query. So just select the combined data, click on open. Okay. Alright, now we have this pivot table here and we have all the information. So what I will do, I'll put here employee name and then I'll put here the sales amount and here I will put in the columns. So this is the table which we have created. You can go to the design, you can choose a format from here. I have taken this one. Then go to the view and uncheck the grid lines from. You can hide this row, right click and hide this. And right click and go to the pivot table option and just uncheck this auto fit column width on update. Now you can set the column width as per your requirement. So let's keep this size of column width. Now select the pivot table, go to the insert, then you can insert a slicer from here for the supervisor. Click on OK. So we have three supervisors. So what I will do, I'll select this slicer, then go to the slicers tab and here in columns I'll take 3. You can choose the slicers style also from this slicer style. So let's take this one. Now if I will click, you can see table is getting filtered. You can create the trend lines also. So let's say in future you might add few other years data. So what I will do, I'll take the trend line after few columns. So let's take here trend. Let's take the same formatting. And here I will select K5. Then I'll go to the insert and in this spark line I'll go to the line. Data range, I'll take this data range. Just click on OK. So we have this line, you can see. Now let's hide other columns first. And we will format this line first. So what I will do, I'll select this line, then I'll go to the spark line tab. Here in the show group, I'll click on marker. So I'll show the marker. Then I'll show the high point and low point. In the style, you can choose any style. So let's say I'm taking this one. Now I'll go to the marker color, and marker color you can choose, let's say black or any other color, whatever you want. And the high point I want to show in the green, and the low point I want to show in the red. So let's take this one. Now here you can see high point and low point are displayed. So we know we have only 14 employee name. So you can drag it down till, let's say, 100 or 200, whatever the potential number you think may come in future. So you can fill it down till the end. So I have fill it down, select and press Ctrl D. So it is taking till grand total only, but it is not showing any spark line here. As soon as I will click on the supervisor, it will show only the filter data. Alright, so friends, that's how you can create this beautiful sales report using the multiple tables. Alright friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for watching.